Colorado officials met with Brett Yormark, the commissioner of the Big 12, for 5 hours within the last few weeks, according to Jason Scheer at Arizona 247. And according to The Athletic, there is a divide inside the Pac-12 room. Welcome to episode 184 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button. If you like our content, share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. The continuous Pac-12 drama plays out in front of all of us. We covered this Stuart Mandel, Max Olson, The Athletic article. It broke last night. We covered it in our live show, but we're going to do more of a deep dive in episode 184. We're not going to go through the whole article in this episode. I just want to hit the big money shots in this article. If you want to read the whole article, please go to the link in the description box below the video. Pac-12 media rights deal. What we're hearing on the extended timeline negotiations, again, from Stuart Mandel and Max Olson. The Pac-12 first opened negotiations on its next media rights deal last July, shortly after USC and UCLA announced their departures for the Big Ten. Since then, the expected timeline for a completed deal has been pushed back more times than an overmatched defensive tackle. On Thursday, a person with knowledge of the Pac-12 media rights discussions told The Athletic a deal for 2024 and 25 and beyond won't likely be announced until late spring or early summer. Less than a month ago, Arizona President Robert Robbins told The Athletic he believed the conference would have a deal within the next couple of weeks. That same week, Arizona State President Michael Crow told the state press, "I think we're close to a deal." The delay may be in part because of the emergence of a new potential partner. Two sources indicated there have been recent discussions between the Pac-12 and the CW, a national over-the-air broadcast network better known for the scripted shows like Gossip Girl, Supernatural, and Riverdale. Since purchasing the CW network last year, parent company Nexstar Media Group has expressed interest in procuring live sports rights, announcing on January 4th a deal with Live Golf. The conference, whose current deal expires in the summer of 2024, remains on pace for a customary media rights timeline. Last August, the Big Ten announced new agreements with Fox, NBC, and CBS almost exactly 12 months before they were set to commence. But there's a greater sense of urgency because the Pac-12 survival as a conference is contingent on Commissioner George Kliavkoff delivering his members an attractive enough deal to keep them from defecting. I want to say that one more time. Pac-12 survival, according to sources talking to The Athletic and others, but in this particular case, The Athletic, Pac-12 survival as a conference is contingent on Commissioner delivering his members an attractive enough deal to keep them from defecting. So, once again, being peers, being these universities that want to stick together, that have been together for decades, big, large research universities on the Pac and the Pacific Coast, that alone is not enough to keep them together. As we've been saying here at Peek Around the Corner for months and months and months, this deal has to be good enough to keep one of them or many of them from defecting from the conference. It's all about the deal. That's the big money shot that I wanted to point out in episode 184. Back to the article. The protracted process indicates Kliavkoff is not overly concerned about any of the Four Corners schools, Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah, defecting just yet. Not quite yet. However, Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark has recently met with multiple presidents of Pac-12 schools looking to explore their options. A person briefed on the meetings said. A source The Athletic. They had 7 sources for this article, by the way. That's part of the article, that you can read the whole thing in the link provided. Recently met within the last couple weeks. That's how I take it. How do you take it? Put down your comments in the comments section. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark has recently met with multiple presidents, more than one Pac-12 presidents, and you got to know these Pac-12 presidents know that each other has met with whoever met with Brett Yormark. They know that they've met with them, and if they didn't know it by yesterday, they know it now because of this Athletic article. Brett Yormark recently met with multiple presidents of the Pac-12 schools looking to explore their options, They're not just having a beer, a coffee at a bar someplace, at a diner, just talking. There are Pac-12 schools looking to explore their options. And this has been going on for a while. And we've been telling you this at Peek Around the Corner. And now the Athletic and Jason Scheer have just told you all they've met in the last couple of weeks. And finally, this is the last bullet point that we're going to have in this article. The person familiar with the discussions indicated there is a divide in the room between those like Schultz, the Washington State president, eager to get a deal done as soon as possible to quiet the noise, and others like Randall, Utah's president, who are willing to be patient if it means getting a better deal. There's been a lot of comments from the media about how this has taken a long time, says Randall, but it's really that we started a year earlier than expected. Again, you can read the whole article in the link provided, and we went through the whole article on last night's live show. If you want to watch that, you go right ahead. But those are the bullet points. There's a divide in the room. There's still a divide in the room in the Pac-12. Not just about what type of deal they want, but when they can get it. Some of those Pac-12 presidents, like Washington State, Oregon State, they want to get a deal done now. They want their future secured right now. They don't want this to go on. They do not want this to go on anymore. And some of those four corner schools, they also want a deal to get done right now. One of them being Arizona State, at least one of them being Arizona State. Put down your comments and thoughts about this Athletic article. And again, just more indications of the conference being on the brink of being poached once again. Pac-12 on the brink. And let's get to Jason Scheer, who's been on this story since day one. Arizona 247 last night in comments in regards to this article from the Athletic. Just as Jason Scheer, as we mentioned on Wildcat Authority, that's Arizona 247, a few weeks ago, Robbins has met with Brett Yormark. Those discussions will get more serious with no deal in sight. When you have the Athletic reporting and others, ESPN, as we covered yesterday, that a deal could be months away from getting done, you better believe the conversations between Arizona and the Big 12, Arizona State and the Big 12, Colorado and the Big 12 will get even more serious. That's why the Pac-12 is in such danger right now. And this is Jason Scheer again last night. Yormark also met with Colorado for 5 hours in the last few weeks. Enjoy your night. Scheer out. Colorado for 5 hours. And this isn't the first time they've discussed between Colorado and the Big 12. This is extended talks. 5 hours, that means they're getting into the deep weeds of the detail. What would Colorado exactly get in a deal? With Fox Sports and ESPN communicating with the Big 12, what would Colorado exactly get? Going big time in the deep weeds, in the deep details. Yormark, Big 12, and Colorado. In the last few weeks, remember, we haven't heard anything in public from Colorado. Not since the athletic director, Rich George, a couple months ago, being on Canzano and Wildner's podcast. But the president, A lot of people have stayed quiet in regards to what University of Colorado is doing at this very moment. But Jason Scheer, Arizona 247, and others have reported across the college football landscape that the talks between some Big 12, Pac-12 schools, some Pac-12 schools in the Big 12 are being done in various manners, in various degrees, and things now are getting more and more serious. George Kliavkoff needs to get a deal done sooner rather than later. We've been talking about this for months. Someone's going to fill the vacuum if you do not, George Kliavkoff. CW, are they the answer? Is that the answer? It's a lot better answer than some alternatives that have been put out there, in our opinion, here at Peek Around the Corner. But is that good enough? A CW, a possible low ball money offer from ESPN to Big 12, cobble ESPN and CW together, maybe with Amazon streaming. Can you get enough money, get enough exposure to satisfy all 10 Pac-12 presidents? We don't think so here at Peek Around the Corner. But give me your thoughts, your comments on, again, this late breaking news from The Athletic, from Jason Scheer. Colorado meeting with the Big 12 commissioner, Brett Yormark, 5 hours recently. The Athletic reporting that Brett Yormark has met with a couple Pac-12 presidents recently. It's easy to connect these dots. Pac-12 is on the brink. There's a divide in the room, and Brett Yormark is pushing, selling. Can he close? Until next time, from all of us at Peek Around the Corner, to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.